today for our winter weather press briefing. We have a lot of folks here today on the call, so I'm going to very quickly go through our run of show and let you know who else is on the line to help answer questions. So today we'll be hearing from Mayor Jenny Durkan right at the top, followed by Director of the Office of Emergency Management, Curry Mayer. We will also hear from Director Sam Zimbabwe from Seattle Department of Transportation, Terry White, KC Metro General Manager, Director Helen Howell from the Human Services Department, and Dave McCormick, Assistant Regional Administrator for Maintenance, Washington Department of Transportation. We will be following then with a brief Q&A, and want to let you know for the Q&A, we also have Directors Andres Mantilla from the Department of Neighborhoods, Jesus Aguirre from Seattle Parks and Recreation, Calvin Goings from FAS, Deborah Smith from Seattle City Light, Mami Hara from Seattle Public Utilities, Chief Scoggins from Seattle Fire Department, and Chief Adrian Diaz from Seattle Police Department. If we have questions for WashDOT, we need to front load those, so please raise your hand if you are in the press corps and you have a question for WashDOT. They need to leave at 2:30, and we do have a hard stop today at 2:45, so I will stop talking with that, and I will hand it over to Mayor Durkan.
Thank you, Anthony, and good afternoon to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have been together over the last year through a number of crises and emergencies, and I'm wearing this jacket to cue you that today we're here to talk about snow. The National Weather Service has reported that Seattle and King County will experience an extended period of cold temperatures with a chance of snow starting as early as tomorrow, with potential accumulation through the weekend. At the city, we will continue to monitor this closely. We want our communities to prepare for this winter weather as we head into our coldest and our wettest months. It has been one of the wettest winters on record, and now we are entering a period of cold. Every winter, it seems, we come together to keep our region moving during the storms. You'll hear from across city departments, and we have others available to talk to you today. Remember that it was just 2019 when we had the worst snowstorms in 50 years. During the 2019 storm, about 350 city employees worked around the clock in back-to-back shifts to keep the city moving. It was an unprecedented collaboration across agencies and workers from Seattle Public Utilities, Parks and Recreation, City Light, and our Department of Transportation, together with our partners at Metro and the State Department of Transportation and others, worked together to keep our region moving. This past year has shown us that we need to be ready for anything, including winter storms. We've been working year-round to make sure that we're prepared should an event like this happen so that our crews are ready to go, to keep the roads clear of everything from fallen trees to snow and ice. This year, we've also updated our plans to address other major challenges that we're facing. We've updated, for example, our snow routes to reflect the fact that the West Seattle Bridge is closed, so that people know where to go, and particularly so our emergency responders have a clear connection with the rest of the city. We've worked with our healthcare providers to make sure that our snow routes reach our COVID-19 testing sites so that we keep those roads clear for people who need to get tested. And we're ready to make more updates as we see what happens in the changing. I just can't emphasize enough how important it is for us to be checking in on our neighbors and looking out for our friends. With temperatures below freezing in the coming days, our neighbors experiencing homelessness in particular need a warm space to go. You'll hear from our HSD director, Helen Howell. We'll talk to you about working with the Parks Department, working to bring more people inside. We do not have the navigation team this year so that they're not able to proactively get people and bring them to shelter, but we're looking at a number of other resources to do that, including Health One, which will proactively outreach to people, try to bring individuals to shelter, provide warm clothing, drinks, and the like to provide for people. Finally, I also want to remind people we have to check in our neighbors at times like this, especially our seniors and disabled neighbors. And also remember, you have the responsibility to shovel that sidewalk in front of your property. And if you have a neighbor that can't, help them out and shovel theirs too. Remember, there's many people who are not physically able to clear that snow, but clear sidewalks are so important to everybody else in our community so they can walk. Also, don't wait. If you need a shovel or salt, I hope you already have your supplies on hand. and that you have enough groceries and ability to keep warm. There's a chance we could lose power, so make sure you know what your plan is for that. Next up, you'll hear from a range of city department directors, including our new Office of Emergency Management head, Curry Mayer, who I was able to swear in this week, Sam Zimbabwe from SDOT, and the other people that Anthony already talked. Also, at this time, it's really important for us to reflect on how critical our regional response is and how our infrastructure works together. So you'll be hearing from our other partners at Sound Transit and Metro and the Washington Department of Transportation. I want to thank everybody who's participating today. A thank to all the city workers who are ready, engaged to do this, and to the directors who are here today to answer your questions. With that, I'll turn it over to people, but remember, we are still in the middle of a COVID emergency. So wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay home unless you need to go out. And with that, Anthony, we'll turn it next to Curry.
Thank you, Mayor. We're handing it over to Curry Mayer, followed by Director Helen Howell from HSD. Curry?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor Durkan. We are watching 3 storm systems. The first one is expected to move into the area Thursday night into Friday morning. The storms will all bring dangerously cold temperatures. So even if we don't see a lot of accumulation, you can expect the weather to be exceptionally cold. Then there's a potential for another storm on Saturday, which is at this point expected to be the most impactful, with several inches of snow possible in Seattle, and a third storm on Sunday evening, which may actually be warmer and turn into slush. So that's what we're keeping our eye on. But as you know, the weather changes really quickly. So we will be updating you very frequently. The Office of Emergency Management is working closely not only with the National Weather Service, but with all of our city departments to coordinate our response efforts. And we are dedicated to making sure that everybody's response needs are met, including staffing for snow removal. Please, snow and ice can make dangerous driving conditions. So if you don't have to go out, stay home if possible. And if you do, make sure that you drive slower and that you have some supplies in the car with you, flashlights, maybe a snack or some water. Thank you, Mayor Durkan, for bringing up checking on your neighbors. That's especially important at this time. Not only elder neighbors, but if there's someone you haven't seen in a while, make sure that you check on them. And also, as the mayor mentioned, make sure to keep your sidewalks clean so that everyone continues to be able to move around. And finally, if you would like to receive emergency alerts, you can sign up for Alert Seattle, which will provide information on storm impacts and other emergencies. It's really easy to sign up. Visit alert.seattle.gov and you will get those notices. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Mayer. We're now turning it over to Director Helen Howell, followed by Director Sam Zimbabwe. Director Howell.
Good afternoon. My name is Helen Howell, and I'm the Interim Director for the Seattle Human Services Department. HSD not only supports the city's homelessness programs, but also supports critical food programs and services to older residents and individuals with disabilities who are homebound. In anticipation of the upcoming severe winter weather, HSD is working to stand up emergency winter shelter, deploy the HOPE team to support outreach and shelter referrals, and we're monitoring food bank status and maintaining operational status for our aging and disability services case managers who provide in-home care. The city opened up Fisher Pavilion at the Seattle Center last night. The pavilion has capacity for up to 78 people within COVID-19 protocols and is operated by the Salvation Army, the city's severe weather shelter provider. Last night, 27 people utilized the shelter. We expect this number to increase as the week progresses. The shelter will operate through Monday morning. It's an overnight facility only right now, but we're working to find a daytime operator, and I'm very optimistic that we will identify one. It is worth noting, however, that due to COVID-19's ongoing impacts to the shelter system, staffing capacity is severely limited for all of our providers, and it presents challenges to opening multiple sites quickly, especially for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week services. Fisher Pavilion and all shelters for that matter are operated in accordance with public health COVID-19 protocols, including physical distancing, masks, and screening for symptoms. Shower trailers are located at Fisher Pavilion. Daily cleaning of the shelter is also provided, and HSD will provide food for shelter clients. Despite the staffing challenges, as I mentioned, we're also working to identify additional locations. We will share more information as we have it. Additionally, I'd note that King County has opened its Jefferson Day Center as an overnight winter shelter, and that program has capacity for 25 men. As the mayor mentioned, in partnership with the city contracted providers, the HOPE team will coordinate shelter referrals into the temporary cold weather shelter and other city-funded shelters. It will, the HOPE team will also assist Seattle Parks and Health One with providing evening welfare visits to people living unsheltered in encampments. Seattle Parks Department is lending passenger vans to the HOPE team to help with transportation, although it will be somewhat limited due to COVID-19 protocols. So anyone who can make it to shelter themselves should do so. The HOPE team also has winter weather supplies to distribute, including hand warmers, emergency blankets, hats, and gloves. And additional supplies have been ordered. With regard to food banks, there are no known impacts to food bank and meal programs at this time, and the city will push out information to both providers and the public regarding the status of those programs as it is reported to us. Finally, there are currently no impacts to our case management program in aging and disability services. And we also are continuing to partner with public health on their COVID-19 vaccine efforts. For detailed information with regard to vaccines and testing, please reach out to Seattle King County Public Health for more information. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director Howell. We'll now be hearing from Director Sam Zimbabwe from Seattle Department of Transportation, followed by Terry White, KC Metro General Manager.
Good afternoon. I'm Sam Zimbabwe, Director of the Seattle Department of Transportation. And during a severe storm, SDOT crews are ready to work 24/7 to clear the city's most critical streets for buses and emergency vehicles. And I want to thank the women and men who have worked tirelessly over the last year as we modified our practices in response to the COVID-19 pandemic to keep our team safe and to be able to maintain our focus on keeping the community safe and moving. Each year we update our winter response plan based on lessons from the previous year. As Mayor Durkan noted, this year we've updated our winter weather response plan to address the new challenges of the West Seattle High Bridge closure and COVID-19. Our priorities will continue to be protecting public safety and making sure people have reliable access to public transportation. We've worked with hospitals and emergency services to ensure that critical safety routes are cleared as soon as we are able. We've worked with Metro to address challenges in keeping transit stops available and ensure their updated snow routes are synced up with our plow routes to make sure we're able to, and make sure that we're able to communicate if any challenges arise. You've heard it already before, but winter weather is unpredictable, especially when snow starts falling quickly in this region. So please don't make the trip if you don't have to. Don't drive if you don't have to during a snowstorm. Plan ahead if you do. Plan to go slowly and be careful. Watch out for others and leave plenty of room for snowplows and other vehicles. Make sure your car is safe for winter driving and pay attention to road closure signs. We can't be everywhere at once. With over 2,400 miles of sidewalk in Seattle, we depend on the public to do your part as well to clear the sidewalks and curb ramps around your homes and businesses. We're ready to deploy crews to clear dozens of pedestrian overpasses, stairwells, and curb ramps that are not near homes or businesses. And we also have dedicated teams and special equipment to plow bike lanes and clear fallen or damaged trees and be able to respond to the unpredictable consequences of a storm like this. I'll turn it back to Anthony or right over to Terry White.
Thank you, Director Zimbabwe. Next up, Terry White from King County Metro, followed by Peter Rogoff, Sound Transit. Terry?
Thanks, Anthony. Good afternoon. I am Terry White, King County Metro's General Manager. I'm here today to share with you that in partnership with SDOT, WashDOT, and Sound Transit, King County Metro is prepared for snow, and we're asking all our riders to be prepared as well. Our incredibly capable personnel are prepared to go into emergency shifts, and our equipment has been tested and ready. We're committed to connecting our customers to critical needs, including moving essential riders to work, to medical care, to food, and to much more. This commitment to providing mobility continues even when there is snow. If we experience snow on the streets, customers should be aware that their transit service is likely to experience disruptions. We started preparing for riders earlier this winter, pointing people to metrowinter.com to sign up for transit alerts, review our printed snow guide, and become familiar with how to find out if your route is operating regularly or operating on a snow route. We also sent transit alerts reminding customers of this resource. Once a rider is ready to travel and has confirmed their route is operating, we are encouraging them to consult one of our real-time tools, like the Puget Sound Trip Planner Next Departures, or text for departure at 62550. These tools will help determine if the desired trip is on schedule. Lastly, as new information becomes available this week, and as disruptions occur, we will continue to share updates via Twitter, through transit alerts, and on metrowinter.com. If necessary, we have chains and we're ready to go. We're monitoring the weather service information with an eye toward the sky. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. And I'm going to cut in really quickly right here because I misspoke earlier. It is King County Metro that needs to leave us at 2:30. So if there are any questions for King County Metro, we will get back to the run of show very briefly. But please raise your hands in the chat. I think we see Tracy Record and Mike Lindblom. So Tracy, I'm going to go ahead and let you go first. Tracy?
Okay, yeah, it actually isn't a question for Metro, but it's a question for Sam.
Tracy, we will have plenty of time later to get back to everyone else. So I will take this Mike Lindblom question. We'll get back to you, Tracy. You'll be at the top of the remainder of the questions later. Mike, go ahead.
Oh, can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah. So buses are limited for social distancing because of COVID to either 12 or 18 passengers, but you may or very likely find people who are on the bus for long periods or waiting at stops in the cold trying to get on. How are you or your transit operators going to handle those kinds of situations?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Really, with pandemic capacity limits in place, we're going to keep those in place. Riders should be aware that disruptions can make it more difficult to travel, and they should be prepared as best as they can. Ultimately, really, our goal remains to keep service moving safely as road conditions allow. If services are rerouted or trips must be canceled, we want riders to be ready for that. We've been addressing capacity loads here for really the latter part of this past 6 months. So we expect to continue to do that. We want to continue to move folks safely with healthy concerns right at the priority.
Great, thank you very much for the question. And seeing no further hands, I think we will resume our run of show. Next up, we will be hearing from Peter Rogoff, CEO of Sound Transit, followed by Dave McCormick, Assistant Regional Administrator for Maintenance at WashDOT.
Thanks, Anthony. You're going to hear a lot of similarity between what Terry and Sam and I have to tell you about keeping everyone moving throughout the region, even in the face of snow. We are working very carefully with King County Metro and SDOT and other partners, Community Transit to the north, Pierce Transit to the south, to make sure that people still have safe options, even in the event of snow. But I would reiterate, what everyone has said is if you can stay home, you should. During the last major snow event a couple of years ago, Link Light Rail was one of the most reliable ways to get around because we do not have to run on snowbound streets. And as needed, we will run trains without passengers through the night to keep tracks and overhead power wires clear of snow and ice. I've pointed this out before, but our Deputy Executive Director for Light Rail really learned the light rail trade in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, so we are not daunted on operating in snow. We know how to do it and do it well. Importantly, passengers need to know that due to COVID, we are running less frequent service than we did a year ago. So light rail will be every 12 minutes during peak hours, every 15 minutes the rest of the day and on weekends. And except for the very early hours where before 6 a.m. or after 10:30 when we will run every half hour. I remind people of this because especially on our exposed platforms, people are going to want to bundle up and make sure that they stay warm. Also make sure that they have the right footwear to be on a platform. We'll obviously be getting our facilities folks out there to clear walkways, clear the platforms of any snow. But like SDOT, we can't be at every station at all times. So we will be working aggressively to ensure a safe environment for everybody. Sounder commuter rail will be running from Lakewood and to Tacoma up to Seattle, as well as down from Everett as scheduled on weekdays. But here again, service is less frequent, so please check the schedules on our website in terms of when service is when the trains are scheduled. If you do ride Sound Transit Express buses, the experience is going to be very much similar to what Terry just told you for King County Metro. We will follow normal routes as long as we can. Some buses may be running on snow routes and others may be canceled. But importantly, the best way to follow what your options are is to get the rider alerts. So I would really encourage everyone to go to soundtransit.org if you're not already receiving our rider alerts. Sign up for the rider alerts that will come directly to your phone. You could also check the rider alerts on a website before you leave for your trip to make sure that the services are running as expected, or if there are any delays. And lastly, I just want to reiterate what the mayor has said. Please wear your masks. Just recently, as a result of the Biden executive order and directives from the TSA and CDC, wearing masks already were required on all of our transit services, including Sound Transit, but now failing to wear a mask will be a violation of federal law. We're not interested in enforcing anything on anyone. What we want is everyone wearing a mask. We have very high mask usage now, upwards of 95%. We need to get to 100% to keep everybody safe. So please wear your mask when traveling during snow and every other time. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. And last but not least, we will hear from Dave McCormick, Assistant Regional Administrator for Maintenance, WSDOT.
Hello. WSDOT has been out all winter in the mountains, keeping travelers safe. And now it's the lowlands' turn. And we're clearly ready to do that. We've extended our shifts. We're going to be working continuously as these storms come through the Seattle area. Also, we've have our incident response teams out, and they'll be available should you get in trouble while you're on the road. We've coordinated with this group, and together we're a good and powerful snow fighting team. So we'll all be ready for you when and if you do absolutely need to travel. The best way to stay safe is to stay home and avoid unnecessary travel. But if you do need to go out, check your vehicles, like we've already said, and make sure you have good tires. Make sure, if conditions warrant, that you have chains and that you use them. And before you travel, check conditions. Those hills that Seattle's famous for and our highways are famous for, you need to check that out and see what the conditions are. When you are on the road, the best defensive driving tips I know to give you is to give plenty of space between yourself and the vehicle in front of you. And also keep that snowplow in front of you. If you pass the snowplow, your chances of getting in a crash go up exponentially. So be safe, enjoy the snow, and I want to let you know that WashDOT's out there to provide a safe travel environment as possible.
Thank you very much, Dave, and thank you to all of our speakers here today. Given that we have 15 minutes left and a bunch of people here to answer questions and to ask questions, we will be providing a single question today, no follow-ups. And we'll start with Tracy, who I so rudely cut off earlier. So Tracy, please go ahead. Please let us know who you're asking a question for.
Yeah, question's for Sam. The question is what role people can play in helping with your response? In other words, what part's proactive, what part's reactive? When and how do you want and need to hear from the public, and what do you not want them to be calling about?
Thanks for that question, Tracy. I would say first and foremost is shovel your sidewalk, shovel the sidewalk outside of your property. And look out, as Mayor Durkan said, look out for neighbors that may not be able to shovel theirs. I think that is really the place where people can help the full community. If there are incidents, traffic incidents, or people stuck, reporting those in via our 684 road call line is a great way for us to be able to be alerted to those issues as they arise. I think those are probably the first and foremost. And then again, if you don't have to make a trip in the midst of a snowstorm, don't make a trip, because that helps us keep the roads as clear as possible.
Thank you very much, Tracy, and thank you, Sam. Our next question will come from Erica Barnett, Publicola, followed by Michelle Esteban Como. Erica, the floor is yours.
Hi, this is a question for the mayor about shelters. My understanding was there was going to be an announcement on hotel-based shelters this week. Can you tell us what's going on with those shelters and when we'll be hearing more about them opening?
Or the general shelter plan? I'm assuming that means for the snow response. So we outlined today what the emergency shelters we're standing up. That's, of course, in addition to the other shelters we're trying to stand up as part of the broader plan. But right now we're focused on the emergency, trying to bring as many people inside as we can during this cold, cold weather. As Director Howell noted, we had a number of people take advantage of that, but we know that there's more people outside. So that's why our strategies are to open up more shelter space and to bring them inside. Anthony, can I just add something at the end real quick after Q&A too?
Sure thing, Mayor. Our next question will come from Michelle Esteban from Como, followed by Ben Adlin, South Seattle Emerald. Michelle, the floor is yours. Michelle, I seem to be having a difficult time unmuting your microphone. So we will come back to you while I troubleshoot that. We'll go straight to Ben Adlin, followed by Kara Kostanich, Como 4. Ben, floor is yours.
I'm sorry, Anthony, I actually did not request to ask a question, so sorry for that miscommunication.
Not a problem. Lots of emails, lots of lists floating around today. So Kara Kostanich, you are up. Floor is yours.
Thanks so much, Anthony. And I'm going to step in for Michelle here since her microphone was not working. This question is for Mayor Durkan, and it is as follows. Mayor, could you speak to the transparency of the investigation from the officer-involved shooting last night? How many officers fired shots, and when you anticipate releasing the body cam video?
So thanks for the question. I will answer this, but would prefer we keep the questions directed at Snow, and then we can answer those later. The investigation's ongoing. Our policy, the policy of the Seattle Police Department is to release the body cam video within 72 hours and to release information as it becomes known. They want to make very sure that they don't release information that's not accurate or that would prejudice the investigation. So I would refer you to SPD and OPA, but they intend to release the body cam within 72 hours.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next question will be from Michelle Brookman, Seattle Times. Michelle, the floor is yours.
Hi, this question is for Mayor Durkan or Director Zimbabwe. In 2019, Mayor Durkan said the city would review Seattle's snowstorm protocols, including sidewalk clearing policy. Is there any update to adding more sidewalks to that list, particularly those around transit stops that are near homes and businesses that the city would newly be responsible for clearing?
I'm going to let Sam answer that question. Thanks, Michelle.
Sure. So we continue to shovel sidewalks that are not adjacent to any other properties, especially those on bridges, stairways. It is the responsibility of the adjacent property owner to shovel sidewalks adjacent to the property, and then we work with Metro on trying to make sure that bus stops are accessible. I think what we saw in 2019 was several waves of snowstorms and some of the challenges of repeated plowing of the street, and I think we want to be aware of those again and see how this storm evolves and be able to respond as needed to make sure that transit is accessible.
Thank you, Sam. And we will now go to Mike Lindblom, also from Seattle Times. Mike, floor is yours.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can.
Just shift gears a little bit. There was the mayor and Sam Zimbabwe both mentioned that the snow network was being revised to deal with the West Seattle Bridge detours. What does that mean at street level? In particular, are you going to send a double shot of clearing crews to Highland Park Drive?
So, Mike, the biggest change is that a lot of our crews used to use the high bridge to access back and forth to West Seattle. There's really not changes in terms of those gold and emerald routes, those routes that we do plow, the arterial routes, but we also recognize that those are the routes that they're seeing more traffic with the bridge closure. I'll also say, as somebody who lives in West Seattle, I know that Highland Parkway can get very slippery very quickly. And so again, it's a reminder to everybody as they drive in conditions that they may not be used to driving, be very, very careful in some of those routes that they may not have experienced in a winter storm because they weren't on those detour routes previously, just to be very careful. Parts of West Seattle are pretty high, tend to see snow and ice before other parts of the city quite often, but no major changes to the overall route structure. So people shouldn't see a big change in terms of where we're operating.
Thank you, Sam. And with 5 minutes left, I will turn it back over to Mayor Durkan to close us out with some closing remarks.
Thank you, Anthony. I want to thank everyone here who participated. We'll continue to give you updates. A couple things that we've learned from past snowstorms that we want everyone to know is, number one, have patience. When snow falls, it comes quickly. It can be very disabling. It usually doesn't last too long. We will not be able to get to every street in the city of Seattle. That's why we have what we call the emerald and gold routes, or when Sam Zimbabwe first called it, the green and yellow routes. And so know your maps, know when your bus can be coming if you need transit. We're fortunate this year. Our schools are already closed and doing, school remotely. Many people are working from home. And so some of those challenges we usually have, we won't have in the same. But I'll say this as well, to all the people who've moved here in the last few years, and you think you're a great driver of the snow, you're not. Seattle hills are notoriously awful. And the snow has great impacts here, particularly if it's wet first and then freezes. So please, if you don't have to drive, stay out of your car, stay home. Make sure that you have in your house enough food and warmth in case the power goes out. And I would be remiss if I didn't also remind people what Chief Scoggins usually does. Almost every cold, we see some other tragedies where people either have heating devices in the home that short out, so there's a house fire, or they try using open fire barbecues and the like, which cause a CO2 problem. So please do not try to heat your home with open fires in the house. Make sure that you don't overload your circuits. Try to stay warm, stay safe, and look out for your neighbors. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you to everyone who joined us today. And thank you for rolling with the punches on this exciting press conference experience. We will now conclude today's winter weather press briefing.